serpent's words were sweet, but in truth, my own desire was greater. As the first human and the first sinner, let me give you one warning. Paradise is not a place.
Everyone, I finally made it. I'm here with one of the people I've wanted to meet most in heaven. The real ancestor of humanity. The very first man. Please welcome Mr. Adam.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for making the long journey. My heart is truly overwhelmed to be facing my descendants like this.
Wow. Mr. Adam, you look like a living sculpture. How have you been spending your time?
Of course, every day here is filled with worship and praise. I'm so happy. You all should come here soon.
Well, we'll all get there when the time is right. Since you have to go back to worship soon, I've brought 5 questions that our descendants on Earth are most curious about. Let's get started. Many people think of the Garden of Eden as just a flower garden. What was the Eden you actually lived in like?
Well, to use a modern phrase, it had the perfect temperature and humidity. Even without clothes, it wasn't cold or hot. The sunlight didn't sting the skin. It felt like a soft embrace. It was as cozy and beautiful as what you might call a magic pillow today.
But did you really walk around wearing nothing? Wasn't it embarrassing?
At that time, there was nothing hidden in our hearts. Because our souls were transparent, the very concept of shame didn't exist. Even talking to animals felt like talking to friends. My happiest memory was when the elephant would spray water with its trunk to give me a shower. I gave him a name, but I seem to have forgotten it.
According to the Bible, you named all the animals. Wasn't it exhausting to come up with so many names?
Not at all. It was a kind of play. When God brought an animal before me, I could see its soul with my own eyes. For example, when a long-necked friend approached, I saw those gentle eyes and thought, you should be a giraffe, and that name became the animal's very life. However, I wonder if I should have been more careful when naming the mosquito. I should have wiped them out back then. Makes a swatting motion with a buzzing sound. I feel sorry for my descendants. Ha. Anyway, before the fall, everything was clear. It's similar to how I feel here in heaven now.
Now, I have a heavier question. Regarding the forbidden fruit incident, was it really because of the serpent's temptation, or was there another reason?
The serpent's words were sweet, but in truth, my own desire was greater, quoted it accurately in 1 Timothy 2:14. And Adam was not the one deceived. It was the woman who was deceived and became a sinner. Those words are correct. Eve was deceived, but in the end, I chose disobedience. I desired the seat of a God who determines the standards of his own life rather than remaining a mere creation of God. Another reason was that I prioritized my relationship with Eve over my relationship with God. Eve had already eaten the fruit, and I feared that if I didn't eat it, I would be separated from her.
So you chose to share her fate out of love?
You could wrap it up that way, but honestly, it was my weakness, fearing immediate loss more than trusting God. It was a mix of pride, thinking I could become like God, and the foolish thought, wouldn't it be okay to be with her even without God?
I see. After being kicked out of Eden, how did you feel when you slept on the cold dirt for the first time?
The most painful thing was that we felt shame toward each other. We just wanted to cover our naked bodies, just as we tried to hide our sins from God. But what was harder than that physical pain was when my son, Cain, harmed Abel.
It was the first murder in human history.
Correct. More than the sorrow of losing a child, the guilt that my choice had planted hatred in my son's heart haunted me for hundreds of years. Until the day I returned to the dust, I built an altar with tears every night at the eastern edge of Eden.
We are already at the final question. What would you like to say to your descendants living in 2026 who are competing fiercely and sometimes feel like life is hell?
As the first human and the first sinner, let me give you one warning. The root of all sin comes from the desire to be God yourself and from loving things more than God. In 2026, everyone seems to prioritize money, fame, and health over God. In my day, God wouldn't have stood for it. In that sense, I feel God is being incredibly patient right now. And having lived for 930 years, I realize this. Paradise is not a place, but is found within a relationship. If your relationship with God and the person next to you is broken, you are in hell even if you are in Eden. But if those relationships are restored, you can experience heaven even among the thorns. So, I hope you first reflect on how your relationship with God is right now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adam. I think today's interview will be a great comfort to many people.
I enjoyed it as well. Thank you.
Well, that was our first Bible interview with Adam. Did you all enjoy it? If so, please leave a comment telling us who you'd like to see interviewed next. And don't forget to like and subscribe.